They call it the world's borough, and for good reason. Queens is where cultures stack, overlap, and remix. Out here, the bike isn't just a way to get around, it's how you cut through the noise and stay in motion when everything else slows you down. From Flushing to Far Rockaway, this is where the streets speak every language and every rider's got a story. This is Queens. This is Bike Life Unchained.
Welcome to another episode of Bike Life Unchained, a show where we explore bike culture in cities all over the U.S. and beyond. I'm Andrew, and today we are in the world's borough, home of Fran Drescher. That's right, we're in Queens, New York. We've got an action-packed show today. We're gonna check out some bike racing, we're gonna go mountain biking, and of course, since it's Queens, you know we gotta eat. So we got a lot to cover. Let's get to it. Welcome to Queens. Manhattan and Brooklyn seem to get all the love when it comes to biking in New York City. I mean, do you know how hard it was just to find a cycling crap that says Queens on it? But those that know that Queens is where it's at. Queens has a population of 2.33 million, making it the second largest borough by population, and it's the largest borough by landmass. If Queens was its own city, it would be the third largest city in the entire country. And there are more languages spoken here than in any other single location on the planet Earth. Biking here is as diverse as the borough itself. I mean, you've got street riding, you've got mountain biking, you've got track racing, you've got beach cruisers out in Rockaway. I mean, Queens really has everything. Welcome to Cycleholics Monday Night Ride. Definitely severe pace than your average social ride. It's every Monday night, eat at 7, roll at 7:30, meeting at the Pepsi Cola sign in Long Island City, and ending back at the Pepsi Cola sign in Long Island City.
The Queensboro Bridge opened in 1909, and if there's one thing New Yorkers can agree on, it's this. The Queensboro Bridge sucks. It carries 2 subway lines, 9 lanes of traffic, and just 1 narrow lane shared by pedestrians and bikes. 9 lanes for cars sounds weird, right? 4 lanes on the lower level, 2 in each direction. 4 more up top, also 2 each way. And then there's 1 lonely outer lane, one-way car traffic going west, opposite the bike and pedestrian path. That outer lane has been at the center of a long, messy battle between drivers unwilling to cede any real estate and advocates fighting for safer space on 2 feet or 2 wheels. In 2025, the South Outer Roadway was finally set to change to pedestrian-only access, separating walkers and joggers from the bikes on the other side, the same as it is on the other 3 East River bridges. The signs were installed, the lanes painted. But then, Mayor Eric Adams stepped in and stopped the conversion in the 11th hour.
My name is Ben Furness. I'm the Executive Director of Transportation Alternatives. Today, long promised, the South Outer Roadway of the Queensboro Bridge has been promised to be a pedestrian-only path. Right now on the north side of the bridge, pedestrians and bicyclists, 2-way traffic, it's crammed all together. People are getting hurt, people are getting injured. More than 6 years ago, the city promised to open up the South Outer Roadway for pedestrians. It's been a project long in the works, but for some weird reason, Mayor Adams has not opened it yet. He sort of scheduled a ribbon cutting, but then canceled it, and something funky was going on. So here, we're holding a people's ribbon cutting to cut the ribbon ourselves to celebrate a faux opening of the Queensboro Bridge South Outer Roadway for pedestrians. This is the people's ribbon cutting for the QBB South Outer Roadway pedestrian path. 3, 2, 1.
It's not just symbolic. That north lane is the only space for both cyclists and pedestrians. Two-way traffic, no buffer, no breathing room. Just an endless game of chicken with someone walking their dog or riding an e-bike.
So this is really important because we have an existing north outer roadway, which is shared between cyclists and pedestrians, but the space is simply too small for us to both coexist. We're constantly dodging somebody else. There's danger. Every crash, near miss, and injury that happens is just one too many when we can just have this South Outer Roadway that, as I said, has already been promised to us.
While Brooklyn cyclists have 3 different bridges to choose from when riding into Manhattan, Queens riders really just have one. Accidents are frequent, and traffic is ever increasing. And even when the solution is cheap, obvious, and already painted on the pavement, the city punts at the last minute. But the fight goes on, because as they say in Queens, you just gotta believe. That belief paid off. In mid-May, the city finally opened the outer roadway for pedestrians only, creating separate pedestrian and bike paths. Now, it's on to the next battle.
Before we continue, I just want to say thank you again for watching another episode of Bike Life Unchained. If you like this type of content, I have 3 things to ask of you that you can do to help support this channel. The first thing is to give this video a thumbs up. God damn it. No, my bar tape. Before I continue, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this episode of Bike Life Unchained. If you like this kind of content and want to see more of it, I have 3 things to ask of you that you can do to help support this channel. The first thing is easy. Just hit the little thumbs up on this video. It helps get it out in the algorithm. The second thing is to hit subscribe. When you hit 100,000 subscribers, YouTube sends you a plaque, and man, I want that plaque so bad. As you can see by the little number down here somewhere, we got a long ways to go. So hit subscribe and help grow the channel. I really appreciate it. The third thing you can do if you really, really like this video is to toss me $5 a month on Patreon. I'll put the link in the description below. I don't really have anything special to offer my patrons right now, but I will give you a shout out in a video. And this week I have 7 people to thank. So shout out to Josh, Asif, DR, Benny, my brother Matt, Shyler, and my Aunt Cindy. Thank you guys so much for your continued support of the channel. Now, let's get back to the bikes.
So Ridgewood Rides is a grassroots biking organization where we organize weekly bike rides for the community of Ridgewood and any visitors, any people in the city who want to ride with us. And we also advocate for safer bike infrastructure. The group started in summer of 2022. I think our first ride was sort of organized by a parent in the neighborhood who just wanted to, basically take space on the street to be like, look, I'm a cyclist, I'm here, like, I deserve to be on the street. We host rides every other Thursday and every other Saturday, so it's about once a week through the summer months.
Flushing, Queens is a sort of sports mecca in New York City. You've got Citi Field, home of the Mets. The Billie Jean King National Tennis Center hosts the US Open. And plans are in the works for the city's first dedicated soccer stadium. And tucked away in a marshy park is something quite unique. A 400-meter oval track, dubbed by riders as the Track of Dreams. Welcome to Kissena Velodrome, New York City's only bike racing track and one of only 26 in the entire United States. It was built in 1963 as part of a collection of projects organized by Robert Moses for the World's Fair. In its early years, Kissena was electric. The 1964 Olympic trials were held here, national championships, huge crowds. Then came the 80s, and like many municipal facilities in New York, urban disinvestment took its toll. In 2004, volunteers and the city brought it back from the edge. Fresh pavement, new fencing, same old soul.
Hi, I'm Kristen Binder, and welcome to the Field of Dreams. We're at Kissena Velodrome. We're going to have our first part of the 6 days of Kissena. Our first 3 days are rained out, so we're really excited to have a sunny day finally. It's been so gross for the past couple of weekends. And yeah, a lot of pre-race jitters, but we're going to try to shake them off. So I am in the women's B field. I have a 6-lap race, a win and out, and a 9-lap race.
Those banks look intimidating from a distance, but trust me, they're even scarier when you ride them. This is the heart of New York cycling, and it beats 400 meters at a time.
So it's not exclusively a bike event, but if you're biking in Queens and you're not eating food from all over the world, you're really doing it wrong. Welcome to the Queens Night Market. Every Saturday afternoon into the evening, you show up with a $20 bill, you're gonna be able to get a drink and several things to eat from probably at least 3 different continents. So let's go eat. $5.
So my name is Andrew. I was born in California, raised in Costa Rica. During COVID, I started getting into coffee. It started as a passion project. I was like, you know what? It would be really cool if I could put some sort of like bike setup with coffee and help people slow down. That was the main reason. That's the story. It started as a hobby and as a passion project, and now it's basically my full time.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the key to a good cup of coffee would be you only have like 2 ingredients. So one is the coffee and the other one's water. You have a ton of variables, but making sure that your water is at the very least filtered water, and then you have like good quality coffee. It's going to make a better experience than your typical, $2 coffee from like a gas station or something like that. Today we have coffees from Bolivia, Rwanda, Colombia, Congo. I have one from Panama, somewhere over there as well. A few from Costa Rica and Guatemala as well.
Thank you, sir.
New Yorkers love to make bold claims. The biggest, the best, the oldest.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee.
Way out in Jamaica, Queens, there's a bike shop that claims to be the oldest in America. Welcome to Bellitte Bikes. Backing up a claim like that helps when the store has been in the family for 3 generations. A tax lot photo from 1940 shows the store has claimed to be located at 16920 Jamaica Avenue since 1918, when Salvador Bellitte, a Sicilian immigrant, opened it as a bicycle, motorcycle, and radio repair shop. And now, nearly 110 years later, the shop is still open for business, selling and repairing bikes for cyclists in eastern Queens.
Welcome to Cunningham Park, a mountain bike trail park out here in eastern Queens. Now, you're not going to find the kind of mountain biking trails you might find at a ski resort in the summer, but you do have trails ranging from green all the way to black diamonds. If it weren't for the hum of the highway that intersects the park, you'd think you're just out in the middle of the woods, but you're still in New York City. So why don't we hop on the bike and check out what there's to see out here. That's deep. I think I'm gonna try it. That was really fun. Sort of bug definitely just flew into my eye. Why is it always my right eye? Ugh.
Queens is the largest borough by landmass at 178 square miles, more than 5 times as large as Manhattan. Much of that area lacks the transit density of Manhattan and Brooklyn, making a bike one of the most efficient and popular modes of transportation and recreation. The city has made big strides in making Queens a safe place to ride. In 2015, Queens Boulevard underwent a massive overhaul, installing nearly 8 miles of protected bike lanes that stretch from Jamaica all the way to the Queensboro Bridge. It may not be the most scenic route, but it's a veritable bike highway, making east-west travel across the borough a breeze. Crescent Avenue gives riders a protected north-south corridor from the Queensboro Bridge through Astoria, and 31st Avenue is in the middle of an enormous facelift with some of the largest bike lanes you've ever seen in your life. More improvements are on the way. 31st Street, yes, you heard that right, there is a 31st Street and a 31st Avenue. There's also a 31st Drive and a 31st Road. Welcome to Queens, baby. Anyway, officials are looking to make massive improvements and install protected bike lanes on the north-south corridor of 31st Street, but they're facing the usual resistance from the vocal minority. Put it all together, and Queens is quietly becoming the most bikeable borough in New York City. It wouldn't feel right to talk about cycling in Queens without acknowledging the loss of Amanda Cervedio, a friend and fellow rider who was killed in Astoria last year. Amanda was biking home from NYC Bike and Brew, the same Tuesday night ride I go on every week, when she was struck and killed by a truck fleeing the police just blocks from her apartment. For years, residents and local officials had been calling on the NYPD to adopt a no-chase policy, but that night, officers chose to pursue stolen construction equipment through a quiet residential neighborhood. Amanda was 36 years old.
I am the zine guy, and this is my bike, the Falcon. All my bikes are named after birds, and I've had this since I was 17. It's a blend bike program, it's factory defect, and since I've had it, I put the Zip 808 boys on there. Everything's 10-speed, period appropriate, so it's like 2009 era-ish, except for the front wheel, that's kind of newer. And I put a lot of miles on it. I've changed pretty much everything on it.
Nice, thank you.
That's right.
This is the Joker that's built by Priority. It's a 70-22, but we're looking to drop the rear cog down to a 21-20. I'm waiting for the rear cog to come in. Carbon wheels, carbon fork. It's the first time I've ever had carbon. The rest is aluminum. because Priority is Bad Pony's sponsor. They were so nice to give us these bikes, and we also have Priority Bad Pony decals, and they also decaled my frame for me.
My name's Emmanuel. I've been riding for about 12 years now. This is a 2013 Specialized Shiv Expert TT converted to a road. It's a fuel/hydration system, 2-liter pouch. Have a rubber strap. It's a magnet attached right here to the bar. Runs in. It's about 2 liters, and somewhere around the E and the C. Very reliable, though it makes the water taste like it's disgusting. That's why it's not cool. Yeah, it's one of my favorite bikes.
So my bike is Columbus purchased when I moved to New York in 2020, and I got the state bike. I love it. It's purple. I get a lot of compliments from the color, which is fabulous.
Well, I'm your well. This is my Planet X. I got this on Tuesday. Got a carbon frame, carbon fork, carbon drops. It's a nice zip. This is my boy Bobby and his brother Timmy over here. Yo, we rock together. I'm never alone in the night.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Bike Life Unchained. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more future content. I'm Andrew, and I'll see you next time.